2024 has been a fine year for gaming, I suppose. Quite an interesting year. I mean, there were a lot of quality releases, just not too much that specifically interested me. I think Shadow of the Erd Tree being nominated for Game of the Year kinda sums up my thoughts. But none of that matters, because today I want to talk about a game that honestly surprised me with how high quality it was and how much fun it was to blast through. I think platformers are my favorite genre of game out there. I just love the running and the jumping my way through smartly designed levels, whether it be 2D or 3D. There's nothing else like it to me, and oh boy, there was one platformer released this year that just really blew me away. Sonic X Shadow Generations, more specifically, Shadow Generations. And I just wanted to find an excuse to talk about this game because, damn. First of all, the biggest thing a platformer needs to do right is having well-designed levels, and for a Sonic game, those levels need to be fast-paced and have a bunch of different routes so that you can just go with the flow. It's why I love the classic Sonic games so much, because they pretty much nail this in every entry. Keeping your speed and momentum going is a reward of good platforming, and it's fun. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of my favorite games of all time. It is the best 2D Sonic game in my opinion, because it just does all of that extremely well. Now, does Shadow Generations have good level design? Short answer, yes. Long answer, holy shit, yes. I don't know if there is a single bad level in this game. There may be a 7 out of 10 at their worst, and that's counting the little challenge act stages. All of the acts in each of the 6 zones are just so much fun to speed through. They all have so many different paths to take, it is actually mind-blowing. Even the 2D Act 2 levels are really good, and honestly in the original Sonic Generations, I think I still vastly prefer the 3D modern Sonic stages. I was surprised that Shadow Generations had really fun 2D stages. The boost formula and Shadow's unique moves really make a world of a difference. Every stage just has such a good flow to them. They're all paced very well. In addition to the standard stages, the boss levels are also all really good and take advantage of Shadow's unique Doom powers. The Metal Overlord fight takes place entirely on water, forcing you to always be surfing, which is kinda neat. It's also probably my least favorite boss in the game, but it is still leagues better than the Time Eater. Mephiles features heavy use of the Doom Morph, which is a funky ability to control at first, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes so fun to zoom and zip around with. It's just fun to bash into Mephiles and beat him up as a weird squid thing. All of these bosses are great in their own way, which again is something I can't say for Sonic Generations. Something these two sister games do have in common though is that I can't get enough of their soundtracks. Damn dude, the music is half of the reason I love replaying these levels so much. It is all just so perfect for every stage and perfectly captures that energy of being a super fast hedgehog guy blasting through stages. Take Space Colony Arc Act 1 as an example.
Finally, I've got you now. I won't let you get away.
This is the first level of the game, and it just throws you in with so much energy and excitement. You are on the move. The music is loud and in your face, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is a great example of how you start a game. Even though it is a simpler stage and sorta serves as a tutorial, this is still such a greatly designed level with so much thrown into it. There are so many branching paths and routes to take. Every once in a while, a level will have a little cutscene type thing to give you some breathing room and show off Shadow just being a cool dude. This first level demonstrates this by having you chaos control a giant missile and beat the shit out of it. Another one of my favorite stage and music combos is Chaos Island Act 1. This zone features most of the Doom Morph shenanigans, and at first, I really didn't like it. After learning all the weird quirks with it though, honestly this has become one of my favorite stages to replay. Doom Morph is definitely a focus of this level, but it never overstays its welcome or anything like that. I would love to force you to listen to all my favorite tracks from this game, but that would be weird and take all day. I've touched on it a few times now, but the animation and general presentation in Shadow Generations, I just find to be top notch. Having Sonic Generations from 2011 to directly compare really shows just how good it is, since the animations weren't really touched in that remaster. Every character and cutscene is animated expertly, and it obviously shines the brightest with the boss fights and the in-level cutscenes. This transition in Sunset Heights to the underground sewers is a really snazzy one. Watching Shadow beat the shit out of Nephilus during his fight is also really fun. Shout out to every time Black Doom hijacks your stage into Radical Highway, because the visuals he produces are so mesmerizing. The way all the buildings morph and move around you are impressive. Every time this happened, because it does happen quite a bit, I was just blown away. I don't know, man, it's just such a cool effect. For being a new mode in a Sonic Generations remaster to make it worth more money, Shadow Generations feels like a bite-sized AAA platformer that totally steals the show. I've played Sonic Generations before this remaster, and I played through it again with the remaster, and even still, that game's great, super fun, everything, whatever. I vastly prefer Shadow Generations. It just took everything good about Sonic Generations and the boost formula crap, and just perfected it a lot. Damn, dude, it's so good. I know I just kind of briefly went over a bunch of random things from the game, but this isn't supposed to be an in-depth review or anything. This game is just really freaking rad. A cool highway, and I wanted to talk about it. I haven't even mentioned everything about the game, like the story, cool, the open zone hub area thing, which is really fun to run around in, and also the collectibles. While all those things are great, especially the white space hub area, I really just wanted to focus on the core gameplay. That's what I care about in the game, and it is what I think Shadow Generations nails spectacularly. I love platformers, and if you do too, this game comes highly recommended. If they keep this up, I can't wait for whatever Sonic team is working on next. Thank you all so much for watching and or listening. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good rest of your day or year of Shadow.